so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats typically in your direction if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
11 times now without a major, 14 times at the Masters. He finally has the green jacket. Rory McIlroy.
The best sporting event so far this year. It's better than the Super Bowl. It was better than the NCAA tournament. It had ups and downs. It had roller coaster rides. It had history, legacies. It had everything you could ever possibly want.
Pharrell, Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on Sport.
Two shot.
And welcome in. It is in-game live game day on the grid. Scott and Dave Sharapan back after a little respite for a couple of days, all set to make some money with the boys in Vegas, no doubt, over the next 2 glorious hours. Betting, analyzing, watching a little baseball, little NBA postseason, a little NBA and a little NHL postseason as well. We got our SGP, we got our Black Clouds, we got our 5 on the line great trends that we always give out. In the first segment, we'll get to that in a bit, but let me welcome my partner in crime for the next 2, Mr. Sharapan. What's going on, Dave? Rocking a little LA Kings outfit there. Very nice.
Yeah, but you buried the lead. We're in the studio together. First time ever. Right here, literally looking at each other. Usually I'm looking at you through a screen. You look even better in person.
I was going to say.
I mean, really.
Well, I mean, really, it's hard to get even better looking, but I'll take it. I must say, when you meet people that you normally do via remote, you look as closest as on TV in person as anyone I've seen.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah, like some people, I won't mention names right now. I see for the first time, like, you're who? You're not that guy I worked with yesterday because you look, but okay, if you say so, But you got the look. You're it.
It's the same. Yeah, no, but this is a pleasure. I mean, let's thank the guys at the top for getting us in here, getting us wired up. We're going to be with you here for the next 2 hours. We got, 3 basketball games, 3 hockey games. Decent slate of baseball.
Yeah, not bad.
We had some decent day baseball games today. The Mets won again. That would have been the Black Cloud play of the night. I mean, that would have been,
It would have actually.
Right?
You know why? Because not so much, maybe not the Mets per se, but they're over-under. We've given that out with the podcast crew. Over 3.5. They still make them 3.5, which I don't get, man. I tell you what, knock on wood, don't change it, boys in Vegas. Little big a couple of days, but with Wheeler pitching tonight, you know how I feel about it. Well, actually, I like Wheeler better than I do Nola. But, the same thing, extra innings. The last couple of nights, they scored 1-2 runs in the first couple innings, and then it took them like the 6th inning last night, the 7th inning on Monday, and then extra innings today. But the bottom line is they got 4 runs over 3.5 hits again with the Mets.
It happens all the time where the book just doesn't change the number. And you talk about being stubborn. The books are stubborn as well. They just make the number. don't so much look at the results. So enjoy it while it lasts, because it's not going to last. Mets fans, it's not going to be that easy. Tonight we'll have, the same game parlay. We'll have the Black Cloud play of the night. 3 guests lined up. We got Dawson, we got the Godfather, and we got Cam Stewart, who's got to be in a good mood, right? Because of
Toronto.
Toronto's rolling. This is good.
Yeah.
They don't play tonight, which is fine. And then after the show, Gabe and Cam will have it. I hope. Montreal, you think they got a shot tonight?
I do. I actually do. I put a couple shekels on them. They really played well in game 1.
Yeah.
And could have. I would say should have, but could have won. They outplayed them when they were down, and then they got back in it. They sent it to overtime, and, anything can happen in overtime, as we saw with Ovechkin. So I did think they were, live dogs, we'll say. Good value. Hate that phrase, but good value at plus 150. I didn't think they lost as a 150 underdog today, right? That to me should have been like 120, 130 maybe.
It's a fair number. It was a good game. Maybe not obviously losing a playoff game is not the best result, but it's one of those situations where a young team going and playing the first game on the road, I think they showed out. And they showed that this series, telling you the best play, put that in your pocket for later, because the boys will have the draft coverage tomorrow and Friday. Montreal's winning game 3. Just telling you right now.
Even if they lose tonight?
Montreal is winning game 3 regardless of what happens tonight. Montreal's winning game 3.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. Put that in your back pocket for sure. First segment, you know what we always do? We give the trends out. 5 best trends for games that are tonight. We try and keep them on games that haven't started yet, obviously, but they're, hence it's in-game live, so you really don't have to adhere to that rule. So we broke that a little bit tonight, but that's okay. 5 on the line, 5 best trends for our games this evening. All right, we will start with a game that's yet to get underway. Starts a little bit later on this evening, as a matter of fact. I think it's 11 o'clock Eastern time. L.A. versus the Edmonton Oilers. Going to have 2 for the price of 1 with this one. We'll start with L.A. 32-10 now after their Game 1 win at home, including 13-2 their last 15 games at home. So you know where we're going to go. Let's take the L.A. Kings minus the 130 against Edmonton, right? There you go. Mean, the jersey's on.
It was pretty easy.
Pretty easy on that one.
They said you're going to be in the studio with Scott, pick a game, and talk about it on Wednesday. We're talking about the Kings. What else you got in the game, though?
All right, pick number 2. We're going to double dip like we did the other day. The numbers are still the same. LA's a strong under team, one of the best under teams in all of hockey, 10-6 their last 16, despite what we saw in Game 1. Edmonton, terrific under run, 9-2, last 11 games under. I know we got 11 goals the other day, but they beat 4 times in the regular season. 3 of them ended in shutouts. So forget about what you saw on Monday. Let's go. Where are we going to go? Under, right? 5.5. Edmonton, LA Kings.
Not crazy about that one. I gotta be perfectly honest. I mean, that's okay. It doesn't mean it's gonna win, but I'm kind of liking the over.
All right. Pick number 3. Yep. I don't like this one, but it's a trend. So here we go. NBA. Golden State is now 17-2 their last 19 games against the Houston Rockets.
Look at this.
So forget about the fact Golden State's been great and Houston's been awful for the most part in this time span. But the bottom line is 17-2 is 17-2. So where are we going to go? Give me Golden State, right? Plus, it was 5.5. It is down to 3.5. Ooh, look at that. Montreal scores 1-0.
How about that?
So give us Golden State plus the points.
But you don't like this one? You like the Rockets?
I do like the Rockets.
Okay.
Yeah. The zigzag system.
That's fine.
Zigzag.
Like all right. What else?
Pick number 4. That's a good one. Back to baseball. Anytime we can go against the Colorado Rockies, we certainly do. 1-12 on the road. They're the worst road team. They're about 150 games under 500 on the road the last 4+ seasons, including, again, 1-12 this year.
Unbelievable.
They're awful. So where are we going to go? Give us Kansas City, right? Game's just underway, minus 190. I know it's a big price, but I'd rather, again, give you a winner rather than a loser pick like Kansas City laying a 1.5. which we'll get into last night. Can't believe that didn't hit.
Relax. When it was the Dodgers a couple days ago or last week, this price was minus 330 or minus 350. So this is basically a bargain basement price.
Yeah, it is. All right, so that leaves us with only one.
Here we go.
Number one, numero uno, creme de la creme, trend of the night.
Drum roll.
Baseball. Minnesota Twins. Now 16-2 against the Chicago White Sox, their last 18 meetings after last night's win.
Oh, boy.
So what is the number one play for tonight trend-wise? Yeah, it's a big number, but Minnesota minus the 270. You might want to put it in a parlay with the Kansas City Royals if you want, but ultimately, White Sox, by the way, 1-10 their last 11 road games this season as well. So you got to play Minnesota.
You got to do it.
Right?
I mean, it hurts a little bit. It might be a little bit of an uncomfortable lay. We'll get to the recap in the next segment with all the plays, but Twins money line against the White Sox.
Yeah.
I mean, how do we not play that?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the White Sox are so bad. And they did cover, the 1.5 runs last night, unlike Kansas City. But we'll get through it all. In-game live, game day on the grid.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Scott and Dave, hour number one of our 2-hour extravaganza, live in studio as we do this from time to time. So we got big slate of games. We got baskets, we got hockey, we got baseball, we got our SGPs coming up. We got our Black Clouds, which won again yesterday, 2-0 this week, 26-11 on the season.
Stay hot.
So let's get some more winners, Dave, before we end this 2-hour extravaganza. I'd like to say. So you know what? Ryan, we had a tweet here. I know we're not going to get to it now, but one of our listeners and watchers actually, wanted the over to hit with Washington and Montreal.
Just like that.
You know what, Ryan? You asked, we delivered.
Just like that.
We got another goal. We got 2.
Right.
So over 5.5.
Did we get the goal horn?
There you
got
go.
the goal horn right there. Had a baby Vinny. All right, we got the goal horn. 2 goals.
So we got 2.
Right. So that changed quickly because it was 0-0. Now it's 1-1.
See what happens when you send us a tweet? You ask, and then
the in-game number is already back to 5.5. So we needed that. That's good. So back to the original number, Niemi. Thank you guys for watching. If anybody's out there watching and wants to tweet at the show, the boys are in the back. Between Vinny, AJ, Patrick, everybody's getting ready, to get this barrage of tweets that's coming. So tweet at us at SportsBK and Sig, at Opposite Picks, tag SportsGrid, at SportsGrid TV.
They scored again? They scored
what just
again.
happened?
Oh,
how about that?
How about that?
Another one.
Wow.
Well, that was fast.
3 goals in 20 minutes, 3 goals in less than 4.
5. Yeah, that was quick.
5.
Yeah. Bang, bang, bang.
Wow.
Okay. Well, happens fast in the NHL.
Yeah. How about that? All right, so we'll give you some updated odds on that one. Who'd you like in that game, by the way? I did like Montreal before I thought that like said they were live dogs.
I think Washington wins both home games. Montreal wins game 3. Game 4 will determine how long that series is going to go.
All right.
That was a crusher for Montreal as far as the overtime goal by Ovi. It was just one of those ones where, really, that's the one. He earned it. Don't get me wrong. That was the right. The right guy got it. That was a hockey moment.
Right.
It's been good so far, has it not? The NHL playoffs have been great.
They've been great. Unlike the NBA, although I will say, the roles are a little reversed. We brought this up the other day, and it just got added to it even yesterday. So NHL. What do we always say? Home ice is really not that big a deal, unlike the NBA where it's so important. And teams just generally win better, But on NHL, it's 50-50, right? But home teams in hockey postseason, they're 10-3.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's like, wow. And really, you had the one, you had Colorado winning in game 1. They were a favorite. And then yesterday we had 2. The real monumental upset was, Minnesota winning Vegas last night. That was the crusher.
Well, I got to tell you, being back east on the East Coast right now this week, that Vegas game started at 11 o'clock Eastern. I don't know how you guys do this. I really don't know how you do this, Scott. You got to be a night owl.
Yeah, you do.
You really got to be a night owl. And we got some night owls that watch. But, yeah, that was a big upset. I'm not worried yet about that series for Vegas. I think they'll be okay. But, tonight, we got to ask the question. You did it on the Twitter. You did it right there. Does an underdog cover tonight cover the spread in the NBA?
Yeah. Put out a poll question. Follow Dave at SportsBK Consig. Opposite Picks. Obviously, SportsGrid, SportsGrid TV. Put it out there. Does an underdog cover? Dave said it. Yes. 1. I gave you an option. Yes. 2 or 3.
Oh.
A little bonus there. I gave you an option. No way. Nope. As your 3 responses. So just put it out there. So go ahead, get your vote in, and we'll update that a couple of times before we.
Well, when these games played, these teams played, there were blowout after blowout after blowout.
Right.
So game 2, would you vote 1, 2, or 3, or no way? Nope.
I would vote 1 because I like Houston. I don't think Golden State covers.
Okay.
I do think Miami covers. And I'm not,
Really?
Yeah, I think they play a little better, and they are playing a little better, although they were playing. Let's only correct myself. They were playing a little better because now they're down 39-30. So I thought just maybe Miami would show a little character and not get blown out again. I wasn't sure with Boston or Orlando. I'm rooting for Boston. It wouldn't shock me. No Jason Tatum. That's the story. So I'll ask you. It's 50-47.
Yep.
Boston's really been in control. The Magic made a little bit of a run here to close it to 3 points.
Yep.
But I've seen them up 7, 8, 9 points tonight. So it is a 3-point game. No Tatum. Orlando's obviously in it. Over-under is 191.5, and which is interesting because it's lower than what it was to start the game at 196. And then the Celtics are 8.5-point favorites. What do you think Orlando has a chance to win? And if the answer is no, how long before that changes if Orlando stays within 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points?
Right now it's Celtics 8.5. The money line is 650. Wow. That's really high. For a 3-point game, that can't be. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. But I don't think Orlando's winning the game. I don't. Do I think they cover? I think I need 11.5. I think they lose by double digits tonight, even without Tatum. What do you think about them not playing Tatum? I mean, we were doing the prep work, getting ready to go do the show. The boys were hanging out with us, and Foster just kind of just drops. Oh, by the way, no Tatum tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why that number kind of went down. But I'm okay with it. Like, if he's at all a problem, like hurt or something, don't play.
Right.
I'm good with that.
They should be able to beat Orlando. Keyword should, right? Without him.
Yeah.
They basically won the NBA championship last year without Porzingis and Tatum not exactly playing great in the postseason. So they're more than capable. I'm guessing if this was a game 7 and, the game was tonight, he'd be playing. But I think they said, all right, you know what? Game 3 is 2 days from now. So if we're up 2-0, I would be surprised to see them rest them again.
Favorites are straight up 11-2. Yeah. 10-3 against the spread. They're going to be fine. They'll
be all right. So, but when does that change? Get his thoughts on that when we come back in live.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 1 Thursday. Been 24 past the hour. You know what time it is. Time for a little SGP same game parlay time. All right, we will go back to the NBA hardwood. We'll go back to the game that we were talking about, Houston Rockets at home against the Golden State Warriors. It's funny, Golden State, a 1-point favorite in game 1, wins, and now all of a sudden they're a 3.5-point, 5.5-point, really to start underdog. I mean, how does that
with everybody playing?
Right? With everyone playing,
Makes
exactly.
perfect sense, right?
I mean, team wins as an underdog, now all of a sudden, their team wins as a favorite, and all of a sudden they're an underdog.
Zag.
Exactly, and that's where we're going to go. We're going to do a little zagging here. We'll take the Rockets. I'll lay the 3.5. I didn't do it last night with the Lakers, and I kicked myself, so got to do it tonight with the Rockets. Lay the 3.5. I think they win the series anyway. Got to go Jalen Green. He's their best player. Had 11 points in game 1. Played awful. He's going to bounce back. He's going to get 20 points. We're going to use Sengun, 20 points as well. He's probably their best player, but those two are the best players. He actually had a good game 1, so you got to lay a little juice on that. And then I'm expecting Fred VanVleet. He only averages 11.5 points, so he really shouldn't be minus 390, but thank you very much, FanDuel. But a veteran player, team down 1 game to none. I think he's going to step up. Good old Fred is going to get 15 or more points tonight. And then we'll just throw Steph Curry in there, 20 points at minus 5-1, because even though I don't think they're going to win, he's probably going to get 20 points, and that bumps it up, quite a bit. So add it all up, Dave, 5 pieces, and we got a nice little almost 9-1 parlay. What do you think?
You know what's crazy? We do this show every day. I'm in Vegas, and you're either, here in Jersey or at the home studio out on the island and hanging out. And I got to put on the listing glasses, like sometimes, and I brought them with me.
I see that, right? Nice.
Not bad.
Yes.
And this same game parlay thing looks wonderful in person, in studio. I got to give you credit. I mean, this is great. Are you seriously taking the Rockets? Did you watch the game?
I know.
Like, what?
But this team had, 60 wins in the regular season, 50 wins, 55 wins,
it's
whatever
the
it was.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
It's Steph.
I know.
It's Draymond.
Yeah. Draymond's a dope, and Steph is over the hill.
Oh.
Rockets, the youth. Somehow or another, the youth can beat the Lakers. That's always the excuse whenever LeBron loses, right? So why can't the youth beat the Golden State Warriors? I mean, these guys are older than dirt, for goodness sakes. So
you've done this before, though. You've taken the money line, like the Rockets money line tonight. I feel a little better about. You just take the money line so you don't have to worry about them covering the spread. What if they win by a close game? I think the Warriors can smell blood in the water. No?
This is the NBA, Dave.
No.
If this is hockey,
Jimmy Butler.
Nah.
It's a different team.
If this is hockey, then the road team that wins game 1 will put up a good fight and try and win game 2. It's the NBA. We saw it last night with Minnesota, right? Minnesota manhandled the Lakers in game 1.
Yeah,
last
but
night,
everything went right.
Yeah, well, last night everything went wrong. You
Correct.
think it's coincidence they scored their season lowest point total last night, Minnesota?
No.
You're telling me that would have happened had they lost game 1? No. These teams, and Minnesota's, they got some young guys, but that's for the most part a veteran team.
Okay.
Went to the finals last year. They've been through the wars. They understand every game is different.
Look at the trends. They're 4-11 at ATS last 15 games.
Yeah.
You're going with
They won't
this
be leading
team?
at the half, so don't worry about that, Trent.
35-4. The Warriors won't be. Oh, you like Rockets first half?
Well, I'll take the Rockets first half. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Because they're going to come out flying.
That's fine.
Right?
Okay.
You got to figure they're going to come out. It's a pretty good bet. Whether you think Golden State's going to win or not, I mean, a home team down 1 game to none really should come out flying for game 2.
First quarter.
First quarter's another
first
decent
quarter,
bet.
maybe.
Yeah.
I like first quarter a little better.
So, but these NBA teams, they don't think like fans. They say, okay, we went to Houston and we did what we wanted to do. We won a game. All right, now we got home court advantage again. It's funny, they always assume they're going to win every home game. And really they don't. So, but there's just a natural letdown. We won game 1.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. That's the hesitation for me. And then you got a plus 126 in there? You got a plus 126 on those 20 points?
With Green, yeah.
How about that?
I'm surprised. Guys,
you think it's mispriced? Okay. So he should get that?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm concerned about that one, too.
I don't know why it's plus 126 money. The average is 21 points.
That's fine.
But, yeah, I'll take it.
Flying along tonight.
All right, back to the board we go when we come back in Game Live Game Day on the Grid.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live, game day on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number one of our 2-hour extravaganza. A little NHL, a little NBA, some baseball stuff. Let's break it all down with our good buddy Jeff Dawson, who joins us all the time here on the grid. EastCoastSportsInvestors.com is his website. What's going on, Jeff? How are you tonight, bud?
Dave, you're an underdog, but small. East Coast housing is pretty good right now, wink, wink. You look great on the stage.
Man, oh man, yeah. The time zone, Jeffrey. I'm so used to the Vegas time zone for the sports. The Knights game started at 11 o'clock last night. That was a rough one. I was doing head bobs in the third period. I was really fighting it.
You only needed one period anyways, 3-0. See you in the morning. That's all.
That's what I said. But I was with the kids, and they're like, no, we want to stay up and watch it. I said, it's over. We don't have anything to worry about. Listen, first question out of the gate. All right, the Celtics sit Tatum. The number drops a little. They're leading 61-49 right now. What do you think about the Celtics' chance to cover tonight?
I like it. You know this. Injuries, everyone runs to the window because of the injuries. And the number dropped because Tatum was out. The number would have dropped like 2 points. I mean, Tatum's only averaging 25 points a game. So I think it's reciprocal. Orlando played choppy game one. They did it again to Horford today. Celtics will win. They will cover. Now, whether we'll see Tatum in game three, maybe we'll just pump the brakes there. But I like the Celtics' chances, not just to win, obviously, but to cover and get ready to go to Orlando for 2 games.
All right. How about the other game that's underway, Jeff? Another blowout. But I tell you what, OKC and Cleveland, two of the best against the spread teams. Both are in the process of going 2-0 unless something crazy happens here with Cleveland up 18 now against Miami, 65-47. What do you think of that game heading in?
You know, I liked Cleveland obviously to win. The numbers are so big. I hate the back door being open. I hate the fourth quarter, 20-point lead and they win by 8 or 9. So didn't have a good feel. I've been looking a lot into these first half numbers. We hit LA last night. They closed 5.5-point favorites, and they were 3.5-point favorites in the first half. I listened to you guys before I came on, Scott, and the same thing in the next game. I think you nailed it. Houston's back against the wall. Opened 1-point favorites. It climbed to 4, and they're 3-point favorites. I got them at 2.5 this afternoon in the first half. I think you see a focused Houston team. They'll control the pace. They'll win that first half. What happens in the second half, probably Mr. Curry will have something to say about it.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. We got a poll on the Twitter right now. Does a dog cover tonight? And it's yes, 1 covers, yes, 2 or 3 cover, or no way, nope. And it might as well be a Scott Wetzel dope after that as well. What do you think, JD? You think a dog covers tonight?
I mean, the only hope, obviously, is Golden State. No one's given Houston a chance here. They played a great first half. The game was competitive. They made their rally late in the third and fourth quarter. Golden State, I mean, Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, I mean, they got the experience. Houston's a year or 2 away. They need that alpha dog there. Again, I wouldn't be shocked if Golden State won. There would be your 1 dog cover tonight. But again, I don't expect it in the first half, that's for sure.
All right, how about on the ice? If you believe Dallas is kind of broken out of its funk, getting them tonight plus 160 and change is a pretty good number. It lost 8 straight. They, scored a late goal, won in overtime against Colorado. It's a big number. This number wouldn't be this big, Jeff, I don't think, if this game was in, February when Dallas was playing well. So what side of the Stars do you believe in?
Well, we've been spot on both games here. We had the Avalanche team total over in the first game, and I just trusted my eyes in the numbers in the second game. We had Dallas plus 126 outright in that game. Got a little fortunate to get to overtime. Their season was on the line here, and they were able to win in overtime. Now, I'll be honest here with you guys. The number kind of smells to me. It opened around 160. The public pushed it. And I'm on the Avs team total over 3.5, and we got that at even money. It's now over minus 120. I'm going to tell you guys, the whole world's on the over 6.5. First 1 to 4 wins this game. Dallas slows this team down, wins the first period. They might have that mojo back, because this is a team that everyone's expecting in February, as you guys said, was probably one of the teams to beat. So I wouldn't be run into the window here, pushing all in on the Avs just because they lost here. They're playing a formidable opponent, obviously, with the Stars. We did take a bite at the apple with the Avs team total over 3.5 here.
JD, I packed this jersey especially for the show tonight, and the Kings. I mean, this is a classic Gretzky. He's not coming out of that locker room tonight, but the Kings and Oilers was an unbelievable game. That was a lot of fun. And the trends tonight on our 5 on the line indicated that, we're taking the Kings, which I agreed with. But Wetzel came up with something to take the under. And, I mean, we just watched the game. It was 6-5. Who wants under tonight? Side total, anything in this game for you?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up the number as we speak here, guys, because there's one way to play this if you like the Oilers tonight, okay? It opened at 135. It's down to 117. You can get the Oilers plus 105 here. But I think if you like Edmonton tonight, I'm going to take it a step further here. Why would you take the plus 105 when you can take them in the series plus 175?
Oh.
They're going to come back. They're going to come back to Edmonton for 2 games. Hey, that was a great game. I was mad. I had the Kings on the desk minus the 125. They're up 4-0, and I'm just sitting there now needing the Stars even more, which did come in. A great third period, of course. They come all the way back to tie it, and then, of course, the Kings score late to win 6-5. So if you like Edmonton tonight, guys, take the plus 175 in the series versus just playing them outright tonight. You come back home, maybe you steal game 3, get up 2-1, and then you can come back on the Kings plus 180 or something, and you got yourself a guaranteed 75 cents on the dollar.
All right, Jeff Dawson, the East Coast Sports Investors.com. Any baseball plays you like before you leave?
We snuck out an over 5.5 Red Sox and Seattle. We got one in the bottom of the fifth, 4-2. So we snuck that one out. Texas and Athletics here. First 1 to 5 wins. Rocker versus Sears. We have the Athletics team total over 4.5. We got that at even money there. And then the granddaddy of them all, I think it was the San Fran game, if I can pull that up. Milwaukee, Peralta versus Webb. Money trickled in on San Fran here. I like the matchup here with Webb. We played them minus 138. You can't get into either one of the team totals, but I like the Giants in this spot to hold serve at home.
Pirates, Angels. I mean, not anybody's really looking at that matchup except for gamblers. You see anything there? Because that one screams to me, take the plus like last night. The Bucks headed west. They first get the Angels, and then they're going to Dodger Stadium to lose all 3 games this weekend. But maybe win tonight, you think? Got a shot?
I think you had your game last night. Angels have been one of these funny teams here. I looked at one way and one way only to get into this game here, and I have the Angels team total over 4.5 at even money. But listen, your Pirates team total is 4.5, under minus 135. If you think they can get back to 5 here, Dave, you can get that at plus 115. They're saying the shootout in the OK Corral here, so maybe first 1 to 5 wins this game, guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you, for whatever reason, it doesn't make much sense, but a little bonus 5 on the line trend. Pittsburgh and the Angels, 12-2 over their last 14 meetings. How about that? Yep. East Coast Sports Investors.com. Thanks, bud.
Thank you, guys.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the
What's
Grid.
wrong?
I tell you, this baseball gives you odds. It really does. It just...
What's wrong? I just set a score during the break. And you made that. You did that face.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Because the Dodgers were leading 5-3.
Yeah.
5-2, 5-3, whatever it was. They were up. And now all of a sudden, did someone hit a grand slam for the Cubs? Because it's 7-5 Cubs.
No, it was multiple.
After the Rockies game last night, I can't take much. Did you see the Rockies game?
I did not.
All right. Here's the situation real quickly, because I know a lot of people out there. Like, who's betting the Rockies? Nobody, right? So
betting against them.
Against them, yes. So we're all in Kansas City last night, right?
Yeah.
Laying a run and a half, because you can't lay minus 250, especially in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
1-0 Kansas City. They score a run late. It's 2-0 Kansas City. We go through the 7th, no runs for the Rocks. We go through the 8th, no runs for the Rocks. We go to the top of the 9th, 2-0 Kansas City. Laying a run and a half. Yeah. First guy strikes out. We got 1 out, 2 to go. Next guy, I think, grounds out. We got 2 out, nobody on base. It's the biggest waste of human flesh in baseball uniforms west of the Mississippi.
Damn.
And somehow or another, the next guy, I think, walks. The next guy gets a hit. And then the next guy, 3-run homer. And all of a sudden, Kansas City's losing. No, it was top of the 9th.
Oh.
So then Kansas City ended up tying it in the bottom of the 9th and then winning in extra innings. But unless you put it in a parlay, you lost your bet. I mean, how many times this year is Colorado going to be down like 2-0, bottom of the 9th inning, 2 out, nobody on base, and scored 3 freaking runs?
Probably single digits.
Yeah. Probably one time yesterday.
It's probably going to be single digits this season. Those are the ones you remember. But, I mean, do you remember any of the good ones?
Well, you know what? Last night, to be fair, last night we put in one of those goofy FanDuel bets they offer.
Yeah. Which one? Did you
4 hockey games. They had will there be a goal scored in the first 10 minutes of all 4 games?
Oh.
First one hit with the Devils.
What's the price on that?
6-1.
Okay.
All right. So I like that, right? So,
Devils and Hurricanes.
Yeah, that's
there.
3.5 minutes in.
Okay.
What was the second game?
Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
Florida, Tampa Bay.
Yeah. That was another.
But that was another
night.
one that hit. What was the second game last night?
Ottawa and Toronto.
Ottawa, Toronto hit. They scored like 3.5, 4 minutes in. First 3 were a breeze, right? So now we needed the toughie. Although I thought Carolina could be a toughie. Vegas and Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
5 minutes in, no scores. 6 minutes in, no scores. 7 minutes in, no score.
No.
8 minutes in, no score. I'm 6-1, and I didn't hedge. I swear I did not hedge because I left the studio, right? 9 minutes in, no score. 9 minutes and 30 seconds, no score. 9 minutes and 50 seconds, no score.
Don't tell me you got
they
one.
scored with 4 seconds left. 9 minutes and 56 seconds in, and I hit a 6-1 parlay.
So it cancels out.
I know.
So the good and the bad, but you're only complaining about the bad.
Right.
You have to own up to the good.
I know.
4 seconds.
We got lucky.
So it's good to get lucky too.
Yeah,
that's good.
Well, it does happen. It does. But you said the pain of losing a bad one is just worse. It just is than the thrill of winning a good one.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it just.
Speaking of pain, did that say 72-58?
Wow.
72-58 Celtics, just like that.
That was a 3-point game at halftime.
Well, not anymore.
Wow. That's
and
a 15.5.
Oh gosh.
Would you play? It's a Tatum's got to sit. And then the other one, 68-51.
17-point spread at halftime.
Expected a little more out of Miami.
I mean, I don't know if you voted yet in the poll, but I don't look like one of them dogs in the cover.
You got one.
You're down to the Golden State Warriors. They look like they're the only thing left here.
Poll question of the night: will an underdog cover the spread? Not win, but just cover the spread in the NBA tonight.
The closing spread at the time before the game. That's all. Wow. This Mariners team is leading the Red Sox 7-2. Bases loaded, top of the 7th. Might be time to unload on the total. How many outs? We're up to 12.5. I think that might be an overplay.
That might be an overplay, yeah.
Right now, before they get another hit.
Bases loaded, too. One out.
Twins are leading the White Sox already. Surprise, surprise. 1-0. Top of the 4th. Boy, oh boy, the White Sox are really historically bad again.
Must be getting bad weather in Kansas City, Colorado. Because now they got 9 o'clock start.
Uh-oh.
That was supposed to be 7:40. Then I saw 8:10, 8:20.
Yeah.
And now we're up to 9 o'clock. So.
Any thoughts on the Rays and Diamondbacks?
Funny you should ask.
Oh.
I'll tell you next segment.
Excellent.
Next segment.
I
How's
thought that
a
might
lead
be the
for
case.
Black Cloud
How about
plays
that?
today? Coming up.
Boy, oh boy.
Next
Just
segment.
like when we're in our home studios, we're just rolling here. Just keep going. You're going to have to stay tuned right there for Scott Wetzel's Black Cloud play of the night. And, yes, confirmed bad weather in Kansas City. Thank you. Brewers, Giants.
How about this real quickly? You're not going to see this too often. You get the Dodgers right now plus 420.
What?
Down 7-5, top of the sixth.
Is that right?
You get the 6th, 7th, 8th. You got 4 innings left.
Right? And we're
Plus
hitting
420.
Wow, the total on that is 15.5.
Wow, wind's blowing out again. What was the last night?
Plus
11-10?
125, yeah. Plus 425 to take. How about plus 2.5? Minus one. Well,
or do that.
Well, plus 2.5 just went to minus 180, as I was going to say. Take it plus or minus 150.
I'm going to put the Dodgers money line and a parlay in. They just locked it. If they're going to win, they need to get 8 runs. Right? So that's 15 runs. What was the over-under?
15.5.
Right? I mean, you got to get one more run.
Dodgers just scored. 7-6. Guys in the risk room are watching us. You know, do you think they're watching us? Do you think they think we look good tonight? The guys in the risk room? I don't know.
Think so.
I mean, they're watching us. They moved the number, locked it up. Now it's plus 1.5 on the run line for the Dodgers. And it's 16.5 for the total.
7-6.
Yeah, just like
Dude just hit a solo home run.
Okay.
That's true. All right. We need another run out of the Twinkies, bottom of the 4th, so we got time to cover that 1.5 on that one. So I do like the over. It trends with Pittsburgh and the Angels, 12-2 over. That was going to be a little bonus one in case.
Didn't make the cut?
Didn't make the cut.
Wow.
You know when 12-2 over doesn't make the cut.
I'm surprised by that.
You got some pretty good trends. Right?
I think that was bias. You just didn't want to involve the Pirates.
Yeah. You know, we hit
right here
last
together.
night.
You involve the Pirates.
I don't trust overs with Pirate games too often. That's more coming up. Black Cloud coming up.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live. Game day on the grid. Hour number 1. Final segment, hour number 1. You know what we do. It's our time. Black Cloud play of the day time. Ah, yes. This is the play in which you double, triple, who knows, maybe even quadruple your bet if things are going well earlier in the evening. Best play on the board. Going to head out to Arizona, Dave. We hit with this yesterday with the Diamondbacks over the pathetic Tampa Bay Devil Dogs.
Oh, my.
We're 2-0 so far this week, 26-11 since we've been doing this about a couple of months ago. So don't fix what isn't broken, right? Tampa Bay still stinks. They're now 1-6 their last 7 games. They're winless on the road, 0-4. Arizona, meanwhile, terrific at home, 5-1 their last 6 home games. They're 7-2 their last 9. And Taj Bradley's on the hill for the Devil Dogs. He sucks. He's got an ERA. He's 2-1, but his ERA is over 5. He was awful last year, too. He's a mediocre pitcher, simple as that. And, yeah, you get the Diamondback bats that are on fire. You're only laying about $150, 155, 156 or so. So give me Arizona, Black Cloud, best play on the board left. And there's a lot on the board, so we have a lot to choose from tonight. True. Sometimes we don't have a lot to choose from, but tonight we actually did. But I still love Arizona. Again, it's the old saying, don't make this stuff harder than it has to be. Don't hop off a winner. If it's a winner, it's a winner. Keep on pounding away. So give me Arizona minus the 156 or so against Tampa Bay.
Makes perfect sense. Tampa hasn't played much on the road. They're trying to get all those games. They had a front-loaded, heavy schedule at home to get in the games in Tampa before you get to the rainy season in the summer because, they're used to playing in the Dome. So,
right.
And
the heat.
Right. And the road record. So, I have it. Is it possible it's only 0-4?
Yeah,
on the road?
This is the fourth road game.
Four road games.
16, I think it is home games.
Yeah. So,
and the thing about them too is just for future, but betting and stuff. If they're under 500 now, and I think in last place with all these home games,
not good for them.
What's the future hold for them
when they go on these road trips? Right. They're going to be 10, 12 games. Yeah. Not good.
I watched a couple of games against the Stanks this past weekend. Their lineup is filled with a bunch of nobodies. And I know we normally say that. Yeah. And they've been able to really do a tremendous job being competitive and making the postseason. But this team's got 70, 75 wins written all over it. I think this is going to be the old Devil Dogs team. There's nobody in that lineup that I recognize at all. They're going to be, I think, awful. But
Eduardo Rodriguez, any worry?
He's up and down. Former Red Sox pitcher.
Right.
Yeah. He's had some issues off the field and everything else. And sometimes he's great. Other times he's not. But I'll take my chances.
That's how the Black Cloud gets you tonight.
He pitches lousy.
They get to him early, maybe get deep into the bullpen, and score a bunch of runs. They don't win an under game. Let's put it that way, right?
Right.
If Rodriguez pitches well, the Diamondbacks should win, and the game stays under the total. They can win an over game.
Yeah.
Did you see the shot that Porzingis took?
I did. He's up. He's smiling.
Man,
he took a forearm to the.
I look like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they did call it a flagrant foul.
Was it?
Yeah, he's shooting a technical foul.
Oh wow.
Guy went up for a rebound. You know how that goes, right? Did one of the Magic guys? I don't think it was Banchero. I don't think, but. Goes up for a rebound, and he just brings his arm down, and he just, clocked him. He went to the ground, right? He was bleeding all over the place.
It was crazy because it looked like it was almost like a WWE thing.
Yeah.
Where it was, because instantly he opened up, but got up. Wow, he's taped up. Look at his hairline's all
It's all
bloody.
bloody.
It's all, that looked like a wrestling picture right there.
Yeah, someone get a towel for goodness sake.
Yeah, wipe him off a little bit.
Forehead and his back of his head and everything.
Goga got him. That's one flagrant foul for them. Okay, he's going off. So he shot the free throws,
right?
And now he's going to go get cleaned up. That's good to know. We got the Godfather coming in next. That's he's coming in. He's been pretty hot. He's having a pretty good season. He had the Eagles in a blowout. He had
so did I.
Yep, he had who else? Florida basketball. Told everybody that Florida basketball was going to win.
Yeah, the Dookie Pukies.
Yep, and I think he's got another favorite. I think he's got we'll ask him who he likes to win the NBA championship. I don't think it's the Celtics.
Philly Godfather, sports handicapper. See him all the time, all over the place. Fox, 4-letter network, Fox and Friends, and now here on SportsGrid. So we'll get his thoughts. Got a couple of games, whether it's postseason NBA, postseason baskets. We'll get to it all right here on the grid. Hour number 2 coming up. Scott and Dave, SportsGrid TV. Let's make some money with the boys in Vegas coming up.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back. It is in-game live game day on the grid. Hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Scott and Dave until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching, analyzing, betting in the world of sports. Ah, yes, we got one hockey game underway. It's getting set to start the third period. We got Washington 2-1 over Montreal. Got the second game starting in about 40 minutes or so. We'll preview that. We got 2 NBA games, blowouts, although the Boston Celtics, a little bit of a concern, up 10, with Porzingis maybe now out on top of Jason Tatum. So a little leery with that bet.
Yeah.
Let's talk some betting with the man who calls himself the Philly Godfather. Been around a long time, seen him all over the place. Featured in the New York Times. He's on a 4-letter network, Fox Business, Fox Friends and Family as well. Philly Godfather to the SportsGrid program, I think, for the first time. How are you today, Philly Godfather? Very nice. I like that.
Thank you, man. They told me I had a face for radio, but I'm on a lot of TV shows lately. I don't know.
Listen, it's good to see you, and we'll get to some discussions about, you've been on a pretty good run recently with the futures and different things like that. But the people looked at the baseball board tonight, and we looked at the baseball board tonight. There's maybe a play here or there. I'm trying to make a case for the Pirates to win 2 in a row, and maybe that game go over. But you mentioned a game during the break. You got to tell the people, at least initially, what you looked at, because we saw Webb and thought Giants. You saw Giants, and that game tonight and thought what?
Yeah, well, the line was 7. It went to 6.5, and I hate going under 6.5. So instead, I went no run first inning. It's all weather related. I do a lot of weather-related baseball moves, a lot of overnights, a lot of totals. And if I don't get the right price, then I'll look to bet the no-run first inning or the under in hits, runs, and errors. So I went no-run first inning in the Giants game.
Are you buying into the Giants? I mean, out of all the surprise teams, they might be number 1 on my hit list anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they're surprising people. The Cubs are surprising a bunch of people. They've scored the most runs in baseball, but they have given up a ton of runs as well. The Padres, that's a team that we bet on. We got futures on them at 29-1. Who else? We took the Phillies at 11-1. I'm kind of happy they didn't start off too hot like they did last season, because if you remember, they started off red hot and then they faded late. So you really want these baseball teams to catch on late in the season. Who else? We got the Tigers at 30-1. We bet them before the season started, and we nibbled on the Orioles at 15-1. Young team, Tigers, great arms. I had them last year to win the division. They didn't win the division, but they look pretty good down the stretch, and we like them this year to, has a chance to win it all.
All right, we got to do it because Vinny's, running the board and making sure everything's good, and it's a Mets show. Can you explain to him that, like, getting this hot early for the Mets isn't really a good thing? Like, are you buying into the Mets yet? Because the Mets look really good right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've won, 7 in a row, but they have won 7 games by 1 run, so they've been also a little lucky. But, hey, there's nothing like momentum. I'm a big believer in momentum. I've read a lot of scientific studies about it, and it's real. And when you catch fire, you just got to be able to maintain that, that level throughout the whole season, which is difficult. 162-game season, you get injuries. But in the end, usually the cream rises to the top. And if the Mets can hang on, they got great arms. They got hot last year. They took out my Phillies in the playoffs. But, yeah, they're a good team. I mean, they're a good team.
Yeah. You mentioned the Tigers before, and I said, I like that, because I put a little piece in on them. I really think the American League is just wide open, right? I mean, I know the Stankies are the favorites right now, but I don't think they deserve to be the favorites. I mean, I really do believe in a best of 7. There are a number of teams. Not that teams are great. I just don't think anyone is great, which leaves it wide open for me. Is that your thinking with the Tigers, or do you really, really like them?
No, I really like them. I mean, the Yankees are battle-tested. They were there last season. I mean, the bats that they have. If it wasn't for Aaron Boone, he kept pitching to Freddie Freeman in the World Series. I mean, he killed him. What do you have, 14 RBIs in the World Series?
Yeah.
The Yankees, it might have been a different story against the Dodgers. The Dodgers are obviously on paper, they're the team to beat, but World Series aren't, they're not one on paper. They got to play these games out. AL East, it's kind of cluttered right now. You got the Yankees, you got the Red Sox. Blue Jays are playing some good baseball. Orioles start off a little slow, but that's a team I like in the AL East. Rangers are looking good. Seattle usually starts off slow offensively, but this year they put up 111 runs, but their pitching hasn't been as good to start off the season. So that division's wide open. But yeah, I think the AL East, like you said, it's kind of wide open. I think it's going to come down to Yankees, Orioles, and the Detroit Tigers.
Wow. Okay. A lot of people are losing faith in the Orioles the way they started so far, but it is a long season. NBA. You've been pretty hot with the futures, and Scott also had the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. And you were telling everybody they were going to blow everybody out. You were right. I heard about the Florida bet, winning the basketball and all that other stuff. I saw a tweet this morning from you, and I said, "This is perfect. We got to get him on the show." NBA futures. Tell me where you at, because it looks pretty damn chalky from here. I mean, in the East, it's Boston or Cleveland. And in the West, it's can anybody beat the Thunder? Where's the Godfather at?
Back in September, I was in Vegas. I did a video, and I gave out OKC plus 750 to win it all. They won the first 2 games of the series by, 35 points? Yeah. And it's really just been a continuation of what they've done all season. They've had the best margin of victory out of any team in the NBA this year. And they play in the stacked Western Conference. It's not like they're playing in the East. So they've done it against good teams all season. They're really impressive. I mean, the way they're winning these games, I haven't seen this in a long time. I think they're the team to beat in the West. I took them before the season started. They've exceeded my expectations as a team. They're even better than I thought. I love the price. With me betting futures, it's all about the price. And then later on in the season, if the ball bounces your way or some of the other, teams that were favored get banged up, then you can slide in there. But this OKC team, they've exceeded all my expectations, and I think they're the team to beat.
They beat the Celtics, you think, if they match up in the finals?
I mean, I think so. I think they can match up. It's always hard to win it 2 times, 2 years in a row. Right. That's never easy. So I think this might be the Thunder's year, man. I like them.
Who's your biggest threat in the West? Because they play the winner of Clippers and Nuggets, and if you've watched either one of those games, I mean, that is a battle. Hopefully that will wear out whoever wins to play OKC. But then after that, is it one of those 2 teams, or is it Lakers I don't really think it's Timberwolves. Is it, someone else in the West, or you're not really concerned?
I mean, Denver fired its coach, so and they haven't been as consistent as they were a couple years ago when we had futures on them to win it all at 22-1, and they won the whole thing. The Lakers scare me a little bit because of Luka. I had him last year. I took the Mavericks last year at 25-1 to win it all. And Luka in the playoffs, man, you saw what he did. I mean, I had the over 30.5 points for him. He scored 31. We got that done the other night. But when he gets red hot, man, he can carry any team. So they scare me a little bit. I think whatever the Lakers at 18 right now to win it all. So if you want to hedge a little bit, if you do have OKC futures, that might be the team you want to hedge on. But the Cavs, they're monsters in the East. I think it's a collision course between the Cavs and the OKC Thunder.
All right, quick thought. We only got 30 seconds on the NHL. Who's winning it?
I know my limitations, and my hockey isn't the best. But the lights are out. I think Vegas is trying to put me out here. I'm going with the Capitals, man. I'm going with the Capitals. Give me the Capitals.
There you go. Washington Capitals. All right. Gaining more and more attention. So maybe this is their year to do it again. Billy Godfather, great job, man. Good luck with everything, and we'll have to do it again soon.
Keep firing, boys.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. All right, In-Game Live continues here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. Do want to give a quick little update before we head to break.
What?
Celtics lead is down to 7. 7.
I don't see the big guy.
All right, more coming up.
Big guy.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day on the Grid. Hour number 2. Scott and Dave until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We got a little NBA, little NHL, some baseball. Update the baskets.
Yep.
They cut it to 7. It's now 8. 87-79. Boston leading by 8. I don't think Porzingis is back on the court. He got whacked in the head, blood gushing everywhere. Did shoot 2 free throws. I'll give him credit for that.
Knocked him down.
But, hit a bolt. Yeah. So, but I don't think he's returned since, and obviously no Jaylen Brown either. So, Brown's playing. In fact, he's got 27 points.
No Tatum.
No Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the game had already started when we came on, but Brown, 22.5 points. Now, we didn't know about Porzingis, but that was without look at this Porzingis back on. He's clapping. He's cheering.
Oh, he's all taped up.
Yeah, look at
that. That's a hockey player right there. I like that.
Yeah, that's a hockey player.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Get in there.
Get in there. Put me in, coach.
Right.
He's already hit his number. He's got 20 points. But Brown, 22.5 points without Tatum playing. Again, the game had started by the time we got on the air, but that was a pretty good play, I think.
Yeah.
So, Eddie hit that.
I just want to shout out the Be Me.
Yep.
He tweeted, opposite picks and sports beat cake and Sager together with each other. The sport world is in a great place at SportsGrid. Pretty good. Yeah. See if we can get that one done, boys. Thank you again for watching. This is turning into a hell of a night. 2-1 hockey game.
Right.
Still with 15 minutes to go.
Carbon copy game 1.
Right.
Right.
I don't think, though, Washington, they're not going to let them tie it. That was a huge sign of life that you can't give the Canadians if you're the Capitals. You cannot let them tie this game. You got to get another goal here. Total 4.5. Unders plus 180. Only one more goal scored in that game? 3-1 final?
3-1 final? It's worth a shot.
I think that's the way it ends.
Worth a shot.
I think that's the way it ends. Yeah. Although these empty netters now, boy, it's not betting hockey like it used to be. They give up 1, they give up 2, they just keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. I
told you there should be a bet. One of these sites is going to be smart enough to say final score after 57 minutes of regulation.
They're going to do that.
Eliminate the the final.
Somebody's going to do that. You're right. Somebody is going to do that because you can. Anytime you can kind of derivative up the market and make it more bets,
right?
They will. You can bet a hockey game. Will there be a goal scored in the first 5 minutes? In the first 10 minutes? Will there not be a goal scored in the last 5 minutes? Right. Last 3 minutes? Why not?
Yeah.
I like the way you're thinking.
All
Pretty good.
Game 2 starts in about a half hour. We know what you think about Game 3. Obviously, is your L.A. Clippers or L.A. Kings. Kings. Yeah, I'm flustered here in the studio. Game 2, Dallas and Colorado. All right, minus 190 and change. I mentioned this with one of our previous guests. I think it was Jeff. If this game was played, a month or so ago, this would be probably like minus 140, maybe 150 Colorado. Right, but Dallas stunk. Lost 8 straight before the win in Game 2. Did they change things around? Did they correct all the issues they've had? Colorado 3-2 now against Dallas this season, counting the playoffs. 4-1 over. Oh, by the way, Colorado's won 5 straight. Check that, 5-0 under at home. Pretty good home team is Colorado, 25-16. Dallas halfway decent on the road, 22-19. And really, that's it. It leans towards Colorado, but I'm going to lay it. I think they win, but I'm not happy with the extra juice. That's for sure.
That's called a tax. We know as the book what you're going to play. I think you have to play Colorado, but it reaches a point where the price is enough to keep you off of it, and I think we've reached that point right now. Nobody's coming to the window right now, I don't think, to lay to $2.
Right.
What about the total? I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised that it's 6.5. I think it's
5.5.
Yeah. Well, I would make it 6 at this point. I'd be okay with the push if I was, if we were still doing the number.
Right.
I would make it 6, and think. All right.
They don't like putting even numbers though.
I know there's some books that
they will do it,
but it's fine. But it's the playoffs, and I think 5.5 is an automatic play over.
Right.
But 6.5 to me tonight seems like an automatic play under. Dallas has to play the road game tonight. So Minimal chances, right? We'll keep this thing close. Otter, keep us in this, and let's get to the third period tied 1-1. I think that's their best course of action. They do not want a shootout tonight.
He's given up 18 goals in his last 4 games.
I know. That's the problem.
That's the problem. The plan is good. It's the old Mike Tyson thing, right? Yeah, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
So,
or like Porzingis elbowed in the elbowed in the forehead.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now I know you like the Kings.
I do,
but I have to say I am now. It's down to minus 120. I thought before I saw the line that would be pickup.
Really?
Edmonton loses game 1. And this is Edmonton. This is Connor McDavid. This is Draisaitl. This is the great Edmonton Oilers.
I thought they were going to win the other night when they came back. I thought the Oilers were the way that was going.
LA got
baby.
Man. So
I thought it was
lucky.
like, oh, no. I was
talk
ready
about
to put them away.
demoralizing, right? If you would have lost that game.
Done.
Woo.
Finished. Yeah, I was worried. I was genuinely worried because I had the Kings. The play makes sense. The play makes sense to take the Oilers tonight. It really does. But the goaltending situation, really, you want to talk about Ojeda? Don't go home and win game 3. They will. I don't know. I don't like them tonight.
Yeah,
I don't like them.
I don't like them either. I was just surprised that it's the zigzag theory, right? And
does it apply as much in hockey as it does in basketball?
No, and it doesn't apply as much when the road team loses game 1.
Right.
When the home team loses game 1, that's when really, the Lakers last night. The better team is not going to fall behind 2 games.
No.
So knowing that the next 2 are on the road.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and I don't think it applies as much in hockey either. But it's just like, I just think the public is betting Edmonton because they lost game 1. And to have LA as the actual favorite, albeit now only minus 120, but it was like minus 130 earlier. I was a little surprised. A little surprised. All right, we'll update the baskets and check out the little baseball as well when we come back. In-game live, game day on the grid.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day on the grid.
Man.
Watch a little hockey. Well, it's Thompson, Logan Thompson.
Oh,
he is just
saving this.
I didn't see
Stacking the
first
pads.
one. I didn't see the first one. I just saw
Dove
the second
across the
one.
crease.
Unbelievable. How Montreal only has one goal.
Man.
It's just like, wow.
I almost come out of the chair. I am not going to lie. They got me locked in here, sitting here with you. This has been great. But I saw that first save. I was like, did you see that? And you're over here preparing, working, professional. I'm sitting there watching a hockey game. That second save was great, too.
Great. Yeah.
Logan Thompson, keeping them in the game. Montreal's charging this under 4.5 bets. A big sweat right now.
A little bit of trouble.
Got to personally send Logan Thompson a thank you for that one because that should have been it should have been tied too. No question.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, it really is. Now, Washington had a 2-1 lead in game one. This one, it was 1-0, actually, Montreal. But look at this.
Oh,
he hit the post.
He
and
hit
then
the
it ricocheted off of him. Oh, my goodness. If Montreal doesn't win this game.
Man, oh, man, hit the post.
And not only, I mean, he had, he had
a lot
that wide
of
of a net to hit in.
Yeah,
wow. And he hit the post.
Tough one.
Just put it in. Don't worry about
it's hockey, baby.
Fancy. Yeah.
Hockey.
Crazy. All right, NBA. Celtics survived a little bit of a scare. Up 9 now, but that's the good news. Also, 3:07 left, so the time is running out. They're not pulling away, but time is running out. And I will say this. I did love the over in this game, Dave. Now, I told the boys at the podcast, I said, bet the over 196, because that number is telling you that Tatum's not playing.
Okay.
I said, I like it anyway, but, if he does end up playing, then that number is going to go back up to over 200.
Yes.
As it turned out, he's not playing. I think I saw it, I know at halftime, for whatever reason. I meant to bring this up. You had 97 points at halftime, and the over-under was only 191.5. I mean, generally speaking, if you double the total, that's 194. Generally, they would give you a few extra points in the second half. They were taking away points. So, unless something crazy happens, you got 193 points right now. And
Doing
now
the
they're giving you
calculator
205.5
function right now, checking on you on that. That's pretty good. That was pretty good. You did that all in your head?
Yeah.
That was
good with numbers. Low numbers.
That was good. Low. Yeah, no, that was fine.
Yeah.
No carrying anything.
No. Yeah, why? Because it took me I stayed with the single digits, plus and minus. All the other kids in high school, they're all going to geometry and trigonometry. And I'm like, no, I'll stick with this stuff. I'll just, I'll stay with the lesser grades. So I can do that. Anything else, forget about it.
The Minnesota Twins are trailing the Chicago White Sox in the 5th inning.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. White Sox lead 3-2, which means it's time to bet the Twins right now.
Right.
It's probably a cheap price. It's locked.
Oof. Minus 330.
Whoa.
Well, they got 2 runners on.
Trailing?
Well,
they're trailing 3-2, and they got first and third, and it's locked on mine.
Nobody out.
I have nothing. Oh, let me change in pitcher or something's up.
Yeah,
okay.
probably.
I was hoping to make that a play. Right. Down 3-2 in game. Dodgers still trailing 7-6, top of the 8th.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Plus 390. Now you're back to that original 4-1 that we saw earlier.
Want to do it?
Red Sox, by the way, 8-5. The over hit with that one.
There you go.
I'll put the Dodgers in again. Top of the 8th.
Doing it again.
It's interesting. Top 8.
Orioles 4-3.
At least 3 at bats, and they're giving you 13.5. You only need 1 more run.
Right. I like it.
You got 1 more at bat from the Cubs at least, so you get yourself an extra at bat. You don't get the juice, but plus 370, but you get that extra at bat.
Top of the 8th, 13.5. I like over.
Yeah.
I like over.
Gotta like the over.
Yeah.
Got 13 runs already, 21 runs yesterday. Something funky is obviously happening, so why not? Why not?
Did you sign off on the Pirates and Angels? Did you sign out games? Over in that game, okay.
Yeah, with the trend. Over.
All right, that one's getting ready to start in a couple minutes.
10 o'clock now, 9:51, they're pushing the Rockies-Royals.
You think they'll play?
I hope not.
Would you make a bet now that they would play?
I hope not. I don't like that. Having the favorite, and then you get a long delay, just neutralizes everything.
Yeah.
The players don't want to be there. They're tired. They're old.
Yeah.
Get me the fudge out of here. We got the dopey Rockies.
You almost got me. Whoa, that was close. You almost got. That sounds different when we're in studio. You see me? I froze up. I went like this. Oh, he said what? Oh.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, it was
So,
close. Oh,
yeah.
Thanks, Vinny.
I don't like those bets.
Man, yeah.
I don't like those bets.
Holy fudge. You really almost got me.
Get me out of here.
Rangers
over
and
in
A's?
Texas. Yeah, another over. And the Rangers were 7-0 under. We'll talk about that when we come back in July.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live, game day on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. Watching the final minute here of Celtics and Orlando Magic.
Yep.
105-94. What was that, a three-pointer?
It was.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. We made a little, little in-studio play with each other.
Yes.
I looked right at Scott and said, it's 102-94. They're up 8. Did the Celtics cover 10, yes or no? You said what?
No.
You said no. I said yes. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. Gives you something to do.
Oh, another point.
107-94.
Magic's falling apart.
You need a back door.
I'm in trouble now. Well, I get the hook, right?
Yeah.
You give me 10.5, you gave me?
Oh, I said 10.
Oh, the line was 10.5.
I said, did they cover 10?
Yeah, but the line's 10.5.
It falls 10.
Yeah, but you knew I thought 10.5.
It was 10. You gotta check that IFB.
Wow.
I said, did they cover 10? That's it.
Why would you ask me if you cover a number that's not the number?
It's 10.
But the number was at the game 10.5.
Yeah, but there's a minute left, and they were up 8.
Well, who cares if they covered 10 if the original line was 10.5?
All right. There we go. You believe this?
You
believe this?
You have a point.
It's the in-studio bet was 10. If it falls 10, we push. If it falls 11, you win. If it falls 9, I win.
It's 11 now.
Yeah.
107-96.
Oh,
Celtics ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Magic ball.
Here we go.
How about that?
Would you pay attention? We got
Look at this.
Cam coming up next. We got 35 minutes left of the show.
I know, but they're playing defense with 30 seconds left. Let the guy drive to the basket. Will you, Boston, please? I mean, how do they know we have a side bet?
I mean, this is what we do. I mean, if they put us together like this all on a regular basis, we're going to have to, I don't know, set up something else in here behind the desk.
All right.
We'll see.
It was 30-1 after game one.
Yep.
Well, first of all, it was 20-1 for Orlando to win the series at the beginning of the series. Celtics win game one, and I saw it at 30-1, right?
Yeah.
So I got my original bet there that we got.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, 2,000 to win
the envelope.
363.
Yeah, the
Wetzel
envelope bet.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, so at 30-1, I said, you know what?
You did not.
But I didn't. So then they dropped it down to 22-1 today when they announced that
Tatum wasn't playing.
Tatum wasn't playing.
You didn't bite.
So I didn't bite. I definitely wasn't going to do that.
No way.
I'd kick myself if I did that.
No way.
So my question for you is now, assuming they win, they're up 10, with 30 seconds left. What will the number be? Will they even offer a number on Orlando?
I mean, we're going to have to call somebody and tell them to offer a number just in
know,
case.
just like an hedge.
Yeah, right, because I don't think they will. It gets to a certain point that the numbers don't even make any sense.
Right.
So
I was surprised they offered another one.
After the game one, I'm surprised they offered it because it probably wouldn't have been. I don't know if I would have. After being down 2-0, I don't know if I would. It'd have to be, 45-1?
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, really, got to be.
If it was 30-1 after one,
yeah,
it's got to be at
no
least.
way. No,
Right.
I don't think. It'd have to be high, and I don't think it'd be high enough.
Because then you'd have to put a Boston line, right? Or maybe not.
Well, I mean, back in the day, you would have to, but now you don't have to. You can just put up whatever you want. One-sided market. I don't know.
Oh, Orlando fouled the guy. They fouled the guy with 20 seconds.
That's a call. He's on his wrist right there.
What are you doing?
Get to the line, son.
Nope.
There we go.
Oh,
All
my
right.
goodness.
Yeah.
With 20 seconds left, the Celtics just dribbling out the
Yeah.
clock. They're ready to hand the ball to Orlando with 10 seconds
That's a
left.
foul.
And this idiot foul.
Foul. Knock it down.
Oh, my
Knock it down.
goodness. He hits the
yes,
first.
sir.
We're
All
sitting
right.
on the push, 108-98.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Oh, my
This
goodness.
is going to come down to the last shot.
Now, does Orlando with 20 seconds left just dribble out the clock?
No.
Or do they
They go down and shoot.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of teams for whatever reason.
Dribble it
out
out.
the clock, yeah. Oh, he hit the second.
Right.
They're up
11. 109.98.
What are we gonna do?
You're gonna sit and
What are we
sweat.
gonna
This
do?
is what you're
Oh,
gonna do.
They're gonna, I think they're trying to run a play.
They're gonna make a shot.
They're running a
They're
play.
going to make a
Look
shot.
at this great defense
Look
by
at
the
that.
Celtics.
Bam!
Oh, he makes the shot.
Now we get the dribble out. Wetzel
Are they gonna
covers.
they're playing
No.
defense. Are they gonna foul him?
No.
The
That's
ball
it.
away.
That's it.
All right. 3 seconds
Yeah, you're fine.
Wow.
You're gonna cover.
Yeah. So will Orlando though.
Yeah.
The line was 10.
Oh, good number. Somehow comes up with a good number again.
Yeah.
The boys did it again. Yep. Cavs are up 8 with 7.5 minutes to go, 99-91. And the Capitals are still leading 2-1. Woo, baby. We get this under 4.5, please. 1 empty netter, not 2.
Now you're looking. What's the line on that one?
For who?
For the over/under.
It's off. They turned
It's
it
off the board.
You can't bet it.
Oh, 2.5 minutes left.
That's it. It's done.
You could get 2 empty netters.
Yeah, believe me. Why would you say it out loud right now? You didn't need to say that.
Buying in Miami. Having a good run in the NBA.
Look at this.
Gave out the over.
So, right. Will any dogs cover the spread?
Right. We got one.
One already. And
One already.
that was the vote, leading the vote.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, 1 was leading the vote.
What do we got here? Hold on.
So we'll see. Yeah. Yes, 2 or no, or yes, 2 or 3 cover. That was getting no votes. That was the least voted on one.
Yeah. No way.
So,
nope. On
was
mine.
leading?
Although mine's, I think my computer's stuck.
It might be.
Because we got to have more votes
yeah.
than what I'm showing.
All right. Vinny will check it. That's all right. Check that, Vinny.
All right, so Miami is now only down 100-91.
Oh, my.
7.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
That over's on pace. I didn't know why they dropped the over-under on that one. From 211, or from 220, 221 game number 1 to 211 and change game number 2.
Every time a total was 220 or 221. No. Do you remember the movie Mr. Mom?
Yeah.
When he said 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Right.
Do you remember that line? When he was checking, he was pretending like he could do electrical work. And that was a very famous line when he said, oh, yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Do you do electrical work?
No.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
No electrical work. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that going forward. And we got Cam Stewart coming up next. So we'll ask him specifically about the hockey because, I mean, Cam's living it up. Toronto Maple Leafs looking pretty damn good so far in the battle against Ottawa. And Edmonton and L.A. will have that. Are you good?
Heat down 6.
How do you sound?
Getting all excited.
You got a little excited? You moved everything?
Oof.
Can you hear me?
Did they win? Yeah.
I'm right here next to you.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I got you.
Making sure. All right.
I just down to 9.5.
Oh.
Not bad. Do they cover the 9.5? Cleveland. 222.5.
4 baseball games coming up. You think Cam has any dogs?
I'd say so. By the way, Twinkies tied up White Sox.
Just like that. 3-3, bottom of the 5th, 2 out.
2
hours
out
on base.
Yeah, laying a run and a half.
Nope, that's it. They're out of it. 3-3. What?
We got 6th,
7th,
7th, and 8th. Yeah, we got 3 innings.
Got to cover the run line, right?
Yeah. With the White
Empty
Sox
net. Empty net alert.
Number 1.
Empty net alert for Montreal against the Caps. Keep the puck
30
here.
seconds left.
Come on. Don't
Did you see that
please.
one empty net with like half a second left?
The Vegas one.
My goodness.
They went nuts. That covered the puck line.
That covered the puck line.
That covered the puck line.
That started with what? 7 seconds, 8 seconds left on a face-off in the
opposite end.
Opposite end.
Yes, it did.
They still got the.
It was unbelievable. Yep.
I was watching a
All right.
highlight of that. It was like it was impossible.
Yes.
How did they get that?
All right. Well, we got the empty net. There it is. That's it. 3-1. Wrap it up. All right. We're coming back. Cam Stewart, me, Wetzel, in studio, in-game live, SportsGrid.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live here on SportsGrid. Live in studio here in New Jersey. And it's me, it's Wetzel, and as always, in the second to last segment of In Game Live, Monday through Friday, when we get together, we bring in our guy directly from Canada. He's outside of Toronto. He's a Maple Leafs guy. Cam, it's a hockey night.
It is.
Not just in Washington, not just in Colorado, but also out in L.A. Cam Stewart, the Raging Redhead. Cam,
nice
how are you? Great to see you, sir.
It's nice to see you too, Dave. Looking good in your Kings gear.
Yeah.
I'd say cut your mic, but then it would just be me because Wetzel's gone. So anyway, you know me and the Dogs, Dave. I didn't appreciate that empty net goal by Washington. I can't lie. I had Montreal plus 1.5. Let's just call it out for what it is. A great game by Washington early in the first two periods. But I'm going to say this. If Montreal could just play the third like they do, like every game, they'll win. That was an amazing, like they tried to make the comeback again like they did and just fell short. But that Bell Center is going to be rocking. Dave, I saw my dad today and, it's funny. I'm just sitting there and I'm dropping off the dog food. And the first thing he goes, Domi scored? I go, yeah, Domi scored. Like usually we used to Domi breaking people's teeth, breaking craniums, splitting people open.
Yep.
So yeah, I remember on the show last night, Gabe's like Marner. I'm like, yeah, I'll take Matthew Nyes. I don't think we had Domi in the pool, but it's a good start, Dave. But let's get down to business. The Battle of Ontario was awesome. And I got to tell you, those are games that the Leafs usually lose. But tonight, I think the price is just a little bit out of whack. Like I know Colorado is a little bit better, but I really like what I saw from Dallas at the end of that game. Ottinger finally made some saves. Let's just talk about the number, and we'll talk about Colorado should not be laying that kind of number in that game. That's basically what I'm telling you guys. So a small play plus 1.5. I'll split it down the middle with the Dallas Stars, Dave. And I got to be honest with you, LA dominated Edmonton, but what Edmonton showed at the end of that game was unbelievable. No, the fact that they lost in regulation was a crime in itself. Because I remember I was on the show, I said one or both games are going to overtime.
Correct.
The Dallas game went to overtime, and that game should have gone to overtime, and it would have been great for those people who play overtime bets. So I'm taking both Dogs tonight. I think Edmonton can get it done. They're going to have to get better goaltending. It's that simple. The defense is a little bit weak, but also those guys went wild at the end of the game. You got to play that way for 60 minutes, and that's the whole thing. Nobody plays 60-minute hockey, Dave. And I got to tell you something. I know I'm not going to be popular in Vegas or whatever. The Minnesota Wild have dominated Vegas for most of that series.
Oh, boy, did they ever.
I'm going to tell you, Dave, they're like, if you said, like, can they win the series? I'm going to tell you, yes. I think they can.
There's no question. After last night,
I believe in that team. I was all over them last night. Like me, Gabe.
Yeah.
We had Andrew McInnes on. Like we smashed that game hard. Like the first period, over everything. And I'm telling you, Vegas, sure they have the guys, but Minnesota's not screwing around. Like these guys they have all their players healthy again. And I know I mocked them before the playoffs, going, maybe we should relegate them and put Calgary in. I take all my comments back. People from Minnesota, you guys are fantastic, and that hockey team has been good to me. So. Yeah, I think the Minnesota Wild are live. What really shocked me, Dave, was Tampa Bay, too. Like, I did the show earlier with Ranieri. I didn't see that one coming. I know Stanley C. Panther are the Stanley Cup champions, but they clawed the Lightning looked like a minor storm. Like, that was embarrassing.
Before Wetzel asks you a question about the basketball, I wanted to ask you real quick. I said earlier on this show, because we're going to be off, the boys are going to handle the draft the next couple days. Montreal is winning Game 3.
Oh, definitely.
There's no doubt in my mind. Do you agree or disagree with that statement?
Oh, I agree with you 100%. I'm already betting it the minute the line comes out.
Okay.
I actually think the Blues will win their third game, and Winnipeg's been great, but those games have been close there at home. I think home ice advantage will really matter for St. Louis. I'm probably going to come back to those teams down 0-2. And I hate to say this, Dave, even as a Leaf fan, it won't be easy for the Leafs to win in Ottawa that night. Ottawa has been very good in the second game. They really found their feet after the first couple periods of the first game. So nothing's easy. Hockey's tough. So basically that's what we're doing. In the late basketball game for Wetzel, I had the under the first game with Houston when I was on with Dubs on Sunday, but I got massacred. I took Houston in that game. I'm coming back to the Rockets tonight, though. I think they cover and get the win.
How about the one game that's going on now, Cam? I don't know if you're paying attention there, but it's a 101-99 game now.
I'm on the dog.
The Cadavers
Came all
only
the way
up
back?
2 with 4.5 minutes left. You're still getting Miami plus 5.5 and really plus 390 on the money line in a 2-possession game or a 2-point game. How about that?
I'm already on them. And I remember Sunday night, it was like right around the number. Like Dubs and I had them at 14.5 live, and then it just got worse. It was like 14, 16, 18. I'm like, okay, we're done. But I came back to these guys, and it's hard to do in gambling when you have a team that's significantly better. But I just think that line's inflated, and I think Miami's going to hang cover the. What happened in Orlando? In Orlando, Boston,
they covered 9. They covered though. Lost by 9.
Thank you. Oh, I got 9. Okay, there we go. Pooch time. We're back. See, Scott, me and my stupid dogs and dumpsters. But Houston is the one favorite I am going to take. 2 pooches on the ice, 1 favorite on the hardwood. I got golf picks too, but I don't know if we really have a board. Like, basically, I'm not going to give you the whole song and dance. It's the Zurich. What do we do down in New Orleans? Great baguettes, coffee. I'm an oyster guy. I'd go shucking all weekend long. My girlfriend would go nuts. I'd look at the bill. Oh, $700. You put some pot in the oysters. Anyway, I got Wyndham Clark. I think Brady Cannon has that pick. The team of Wyndham Clark and Moore at 25-1 is my favorite team. Also, Billy Horschel withdrew. Watch out for JT Poston and Kashmir Keith Mitchell at 18-1. I'm not going to give you a song and dance about all the teams, but those are the 2 that I'm going to give you in the golf.
How does that work, Cam? They just rotate shots, or are there different rules around? I know it's complicated, right?
They have best ball, 4 ball. They have all different formats. Everything. So that's why I'm just going to say this. I don't care. Rory McIlroy and Lowry are 3-1, but this is not Scotty Scheffler or Rory at the Masters. This is a team tournament. No team can be plus 350. I'm sorry. And if they win, good on them, but that is just ridiculous. The second best team's 12-1, and these guys are just over 3-1. That's nuts. So anyway, we'll take a shot at the Zurich, Scott. Maybe the team event will be a good one. We hit a lot of things last week, except for the winner. Damn you, Novocaine. You're supposed to win, but Justin Thomas won. Novocaine.
Yeah. Cam Stewart, Gabe Renzi, top of the hour. David, I'll wrap up shop next.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day on the Grid. Wrapping up hour number 2. Thanks to Cam for joining us. Cam and Gabe, top of the hour. They'll take you over the next 2 right here on SportsGrid TV as well as SportsGrid Radio. Final tweet from JC from Casey87. Guess I'll watch you boys in the Caps game while the Royals are in a rain delay. Going to be a late night. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
If they actually play. It must be raining and freezing in Kansas City for them to play that game. But
would you wait it out if you were there?
No.
Hell no, you're gone, right?
No, I'm gone. I'm gone. They should if you do. Well, even if you don't, there should be a rule like after an hour and a half delay, you get a refund of your ticket. Maybe not a refund, you're never going to get money back, but you get a free ticket for another game.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't sell out. What's it going to cost Kansas City, right? Big deal. So it's not like they're getting 40,000 every single night.
It's against the Rockies.
And it's against the Rockies.
I mean, they should give you a 2 for 1.
They should.
If you waited it out that long.
Yeah.
What's the longest you ever waited out a rain delay? I went to Fenway with my daughters a couple years ago. Monsoon opened up before the game. It was terrible. I said, we're not leaving. They're going to play the game. We're not leaving. We ate again. Waited up almost 3 hours.
Ooh.
We ended up being the only people there. We got a foul ball. There was no one in our section.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing.
It was great. Yeah.
If you're young and dumb and you got time, you know what? You get a foul ball.
We weren't going nowhere.
Right.
It was 3 hours. I said, we're staying at a hotel down the street.
Right.
We're not going anywhere. We're staying here until they tell us we're not playing the game. So we just waited and hung out underneath in Fenway, walked around, did all that stuff. So 3 hours was, that's a long time.
They give you anything? Like anything extra for,
No.
Nothing.
Everybody went home.
Free drinks, nothing?
Free nothing.
Free hot dogs?
No. They kept eating. They kept the refreshment
I'm
stand
sure they
open,
did that,
Like, wait, when are they going to play this game?
They got in trouble here in New York for doing that. Last year, was it?
What?
Where they canceled the game, but they didn't tell the fans until all the players in the opposing team, everyone left.
No.
This way they kept all the.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it was a Yankee fan. Or it was a Yankee game.
Oh my!
I don't think it was a Met one. Yeah, they canceled the game, and they didn't tell the fans for like another half hour later. They let the players and everyone else leave, and they kept the concession stands open and made even more money.
That's one thing about that, baseball is different. You're not going to worry about the basketball games or the hockey games. Although I was at a hockey game once where the power went out, but they fixed it. So they got it back. Yeah, back in Pittsburgh in the Civic Arena. That was one of the strangest things that ever happened in an indoor sport. Yeah, 3 hours is a long rain delay.
Want something strange real quickly? Because we haven't been together, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't hear my Twitch story.
Oh, God. Let me get my listening glasses for this.
Yeah. Right?
Come on. Get to it.
I don't know if you guys know what Twitch is, but it's some dopey little YouTube that sells videos.
The kids know what Twitch is.
Oh, they know? Okay. All right.
Come on.
So they took out 3 withdrawals from my checking account, which dopey me, I thought they added, but I was looking at my account the wrong way, right? So I call the bank. I'm like, well, how come they're giving me $75? It was $24.99, right, in the March. He said, well, they actually took money out. I'm like, what? But they added it a week later. They put it back into my account. I said, how's that possible? Like, I don't use Twitch. None of the kids use Twitch. I said, what can you tell me about it? He said, well, it was via your debit card. And I'm like, debit card? I said, I've not, we've been at this bank for 10 years. I've not used my debit card one time. So cancel the debit card. So he canceled the debit card. I said, have you ever heard of such a thing? Why, if it was a criminal, why would they be putting the money back a week later?
Yeah.
And who has access to my, credit card or debit card or bank account? Like, be careful. I got to call Twitch tomorrow. I got to figure out what, I don't know if they have any
Are you
information.
sure, like, the missus isn't doing a Twitch show?
No.
Like, maybe she's doing a cooking show.
Are you trying to get me in trouble here?
No,
2 minutes
I'm
left
just
in the
saying.
show.
Maybe she's doing a Twitch show.
Yeah, she's doing a cooking show. Yeah, and what's next? A cleaning show?
Hold on.
Come on.
You went there. I didn't do that.
Right.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
You did that.
Okay.
I didn't do that.
Yeah,
you did that. No.
There's one more thing I won't even mention what kind of show, but yeah. Cavaliers by 5.
Hanging on.
39 seconds left. They're hanging on. Looks like they're going to win.
Yeah.
But what was the line in the game?
Closing line
12?
12.
Yeah.
12,
so barring something crazy, at least Miami will get the heat.
Right.
Get the cover. So Black Cloud, Arizona. You like them tonight?
I do.
They're up 1-0 against Tampa Bay.
Officially, word, Kansas City game rained out. Postponed.
All right,
Done.
that's good.
We don't have to worry about that. So JC from KC, go to bed. Eron, Sean, thanks for texting us. Everyone else that texted us or tweeted at us, thank you for enjoying the show. Vinny, AJ, Patrick, what a show.
Good job. Great job, guys. We'll talk to you next week.